So you hear a cough, a human cough, across the room. But there's nobody there. But you know you heard it, right? Did it come in conjunction with seeing, like out of the corner of your eye, the trail of blue lights? Like, almost like a blue light is blinking out of the corner of your eye sometimes when you're walking. Or maybe you heard somebody walking around in your house, but there's nobody there but you. Are you being haunted? You're the devils. It might be white devils. Yeah. Well, what they have going here, I can tell you a lot about this stuff because I've been like tester subject for so much of it. Don't believe me? Look at my view counts. Some of my videos have hundreds of likes, but they only have like 35 views. How do you get hundreds of likes and only a few views? Right? Yeah. I'm also tester subject for that. But for years now, they've been testing this time stop thing on certain individuals. I'm one of them. A lot of people don't know that it's happening. They don't even know that it's happening to them. And they want you to not believe it so that they can do it to you. How does it work? Well, hidden online in a YouTube video. I've tried Googling it to look for it, but you can't find it. You just have to stumble across the video where somebody included this in there. And I saw it one day, and I'm like, wow, that's what's happening to me. But they show scientists back in like the 1950s stopping time on a candle. Okay? Time was stopped on the candle, so then they deprived it of air. You know that a flame needs air to burn, right? You know, a candle needs air. If you suck all the air out of the chamber that it's in, the candle will extinguish. They performed a bunch of other experiments with this time stop on this candle, and this was in the 1950s. Okay? You've seen the time stop, some of you, with planes stopped in the air. Just stopped sitting there. Yeah. Now, what's happening is, if these things are happening to you, is they've stopped time on you. You can't tell because, well, everything seems like it's normal. Everything you're doing seems like it's normal. And they could be in the room with you, in your house, running around, doing all kinds of stuff. And you won't know it because, well, they're moving really fast while you're moving very slowly. You see? So you can't see them with your naked eye. These are things that are really happening right now. See my face? I look like I'm in my 30s, but I'm really 53 years old. That's because they've done it so much. I don't know, about a year ago I started gloating about it. So then they started hitting me with direct energy weapons. They warned me by hitting a tree I had in the backyard with direct energy, and they killed it. Just in one day it was dead. It was fine the day before. Yeah, green. Evergreen tree. Now it angered me, so I used my supernatural authority and power here to order that tree to be green. I ordered it be green, and within 2 days, a vine had grew out of the ground and wrapped around that evergreen and made it green. It stayed green all summer. I didn't bring it back to life. It didn't occur to me to order it to live. I ordered it to be green. And that's what it was, all summer long. To prove to them that I will reciprocate. I will send it back to them. Well, then they started hitting me in my sleep with direct energy weapons. Okay? So I wake up sometimes. Now, my left eye, I don't know if they got a camera in my head or what, because there were some of us from the 1960s. They literally put shit in our heads. All right, I got the little scar there, like so many people my age. Okay, but the things that happened to me that put me in the hospital, the scar is over here on this side of my head. So why would I have a scar here? There was never any reason for it. I remember when I was a kid, after this happening, my eyes would weld shut. My mom would be like, you have a cold in your eye. Well, now this eye here, it wrinkles up really bad under the eye. Really bad, like cobwebs. It just gets really wrinkly. And I have to hit it with a little bit of vegetable shortening to make it look normal like the other eye. Right? Now, lately they've been hitting me with direct energy weapons that it can show in my eyes when I look in the mirror. It'll look like I've got a wart growing in this corner of my eye, sometimes both of them. And it'll be there, and it's like a heat reaction. They're also causing, you see fine lines, really fine lines down my cheeks now. Just really, really tiny fine lines. Yeah, this started after I started gloating about the time stop, how it preserved me. You know, I don't age now, right? So now they want to age me. But they've done more than that. They've caused pain. Right? How many of you know that there's many different settings on these weapons? Their favorite thing is to hit people in their back where you can't reach it. And it affects your whole arm. And you have this pain. It feels like somebody either broke your bone or burned you inside of your body, inside of your back, usually right around your shoulder blade. They like to hit the right side, but sometimes they hit the left side. Like my wife, they hit her left side. Yeah, they're doing this. It sounds crazy, but it really happens. All right, and those of you who experienced it, that's what's happening to you. They're hitting you with a direct energy weapon. But that's not the only setting. Some of you have had this happen where for no reason at all, it's not cold or anything like that, but you'll go into this shaking where you feel really cold, even though you're not cold, and you're shaking and you can't stop shaking and you got to lay down. That's because they're hitting you with a direct energy weapon. It for real is happening. Okay? Now, I've had this happen a lot over the last year where they've hit me with the freeze, and it's like, whoo, whoo, and it makes you feel nauseous. You can smell like copper or pennies or something. There's always this weird smell that comes with it, and it goes away after a few minutes. You stop shivering, you realize, wow, it's actually warm in here. I'm sweating. You take the blanket off, right? But when they hit you, your instinct is to get warm. When they hit you with the freeze mode, right? Now I've had all these things happen to me, and more. They're gloating that they're watching me in real time. Okay? If I go to do something and they know I'm going to do it, they may have some commercials on a show that I will see, like on the news or something, to warn me. Oh, yeah. You see? They may use their ability to create synchronicities to cause you to be watching a movie and you have no idea what the content of the movie is until you watch it. But you're watching it, and while you're watching it, you're eating, I don't know, you're eating something, and in the movie, but blam, they're eating it too. Or you'll say something, and immediately while you're saying it, your last word or your middle word, whatever the subject matter of your sentence was, will come out of the mouth of somebody in the movie or the show. Yeah. There used to be crash test dummies when I hung out with somebody named Larry. Eh, he was always driving too. Isn't it weird that Larry was always driving in the crash test dummies? When I stopped hanging out with Larry, crash test dummies went away. They were no longer on TV. And there used to be these commercials, crash test dummies, Vince and Larry. You may do something like you're gonna quit smoking marijuana and flush your system with water, right? So that you can pass a drug test or something. And in my case, when I did that in 2014, they suddenly bombarded the TV with commercials about if you drink too much water, these bad things can happen to you. I do some working out. I don't work out all the time, but you can see I got some ripples there. I haven't done any sit-ups in a long time. I only have to do them once in a while, and I don't really care. I just do it to keep my back supported because, atrophy, muscle atrophy, I'm 53 years old. It can take over quick. So once in a while, I'll do a set of push-ups and a few crunches. Nothing big, nothing that you'd call a workout. But, like, sometimes when I'm going through these deprivation moments where I don't have anything, I'll starve. And I get real skinny where, it just looks like I'm all cut up. There's, the ripples and the line down the middle of them. I got that six-pack. I look like I've been working out every day. And one time when it was looking really good like that, I had nice definition down there. They went out of their way to put stuff on TV about the line down the middle. People looking at the line down the middle of the abs. I went to start a personal trainer thing because, well, I'm in good shape and I could help other people be in good shape, right? So, I want to help other people and make a little money because, well, I can't make no money online because they've got me locked down. And they go and create news stories that you can't trust a trainer unless he's certified. Something might happen to you. He might cause something bad to happen to your health. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They for real do this stuff. Do you know that a lot of you don't realize that we're not, just because we can communicate and see each other on the internet, that does not mean that we're all in the same world. Okay? How many of you have considered that in 2012, when the binary star was going around the sun and there was Nibiru there and them other planets, how many of you considered that perhaps CERN and them guys tried to do something to keep the planet from getting into a collision, and they actually caused the planet to jump over into the orbit of the binary star? Which would explain why we're not in the same place in the galaxy that we all believed we were for years. Right? Scientific facts are null and void now, right? Yeah. How many of you consider that some of us are not in the world? We have been taken captive and we have been placed in a simulation of God's simulation. You see, because this is a simulation of the real world being used as a spirit scan right now to protect the real world from the contaminants, those who would ruin the world, cause unnecessary suffering, that kind of stuff. The greedy. So, people can't get to you. And you can't get to them. You'll find that no matter what, they never make it out to see you no more. Everything seems the same. But suddenly it's like you're in a box. You can't get to where you need to go, where you want to go, and they can't get to you. You may be able to jump on a plane and fly out. But is it flying you out of where they placed you? Sounds crazy, right? I can't give you no more than that right now. Well, for one, I'm running out of time because I'm putting this on a limited channel. But if I share too much with you, who knows what happened? I gave y'all enough to figure a whole lot of stuff out with this video. It would sure be a good thing for a lot of you to figure it out. And if you figure it out, help me out. For real.